A boat smuggling a whole bunch of bad stuff tried to come into America, and Trump said, a 72-year-old surfer saves a dad and a son from a riptide out in Florida, and Russia, believe it or not, could have just tried to start a nuclear holocaust with something called the Tu-106, and no one stopped that but God. 3 times in a row. Up next.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bakersfield, California.
introducing the Chocolate Starfish
SoCal's favorite
and the
podcast.
hot dog flavored water.
Front Porch Files, Oildale Studios.
Bring it on!
With your host, Mr. G Smoke himself. Hell yeah. Strap on your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because you're going for a ride.
Get the fuck off!
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Front Porch Files. Hey, if you guys are here for the first time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we already know you're going to dig it. Oh, and the sponsors, we're going to say just, hey, this is brought to you by Torres Tacos, Bakersfield, Joyful Rentals, and Flawless Skin by Sin. And guess what? Before we even start the show, you guys remember that little funny-ass commercial that went viral last year that I did about putting whoever on blast and all that shit? Well, guess what? Apparently, people were taking this shit serious. Now, I have not been paid, but people are flooding my inbox with all kinds of shit. So we're going to read what's going on here in Bakersfield and what people think and how they want to put their people on blast. Again, I have not been paid for this, and that was just a fake-ass commercial to get, just to be funny. So, hey, whoever the hell Barbara is, no one gives a fuck about your new house. You're not going to take care of your kids in it, and all you do is let your old man who don't work live there off you, and you still borrow money from your parents to fucking support his fucking legal ass. How about you just get real, bitch? Now, remember, this isn't coming from me. Tyrone, can you take the kids for another weekend? And I need more money a month. We don't care what the big, beautiful bill says. Well, Tyrone, I think as long as you're paying your child support and you're doing what you can, well, maybe she doesn't get to go to the fucking club for an extra weekend while you get to sit and watch cartoons with your babies. Even though that'd probably be a really good thing, examples need to be set. Carl on Chester says, for the punk that stole his water hose, he's got you on camera, and he knows what kind of bike you ride. And we're pretty sure he's not talking about a Softail Slim or a Fat Boy. So, we got one more. This one I was saving for last. Sheena, you are a homewrecker bitch, and you know who this is. Darla said, anytime we can meet halfway when I don't have my kids, ... I see you fake-ass bitch. Cool, now we're gonna get back on with the show. Check it out. There was a Trump, there's a Trump that blew up, more than likely it was from the cartel. I think we might have said Venezuela. I'm not really sure, but there was a boat trying to smuggle in a whole bunch of bad stuff. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is here's the difference between Trump administration and the Biden administration. Someone probably called, like, say if it was the Biden administration, Biden would have said after he fell off his bike a couple times and ate a couple cones of ice cream, he would have said, why don't we just send people to do hand-to-hand combat and seize all the drugs and just do all that and risk the lives of American soldiers? Well, yeah, you would have probably stopped it, and that probably would have stopped it. But can you see, like, someone just calling Trump, like him just laying next to Melania, someone saying, Miss Trump, yeah, we got a boat coming up to Florida, thanks cartel, what do you want us to do? You want us to send soldiers? You want to send one of our fleets down there? What do you want to do? And honestly, this is what I think happened. Now, I know a lot of liberals are pissed because they're saying, like, I mean, you should have seen it on there. They were asking Secretary Hegseth, like, what do you think about this? Why do you think that Trump just blew up that boat of those innocent people? What if those people were innocent people and they were forced to bring drugs in this country? Let me tell you guys something. I know all of these third world countries, they got a lot of poverty and people are doing what they can to make money. But let me tell you, first off, Mexico isn't one big giant Tijuana. Not everybody's selling chicle for $1 down there. I mean, there's people with regular houses. They got Walmarts down there. They got a fucking Costco down there. Okay, it's not all holy shit third world. It's not. So let's just get that out of the picture. Whatever the media, whatever the liberals are telling you, that everywhere other than fucking America, everybody's living in tents and all that shit, and everybody in England's dipping fucking tea and crumpets, and everybody in Canada just makes maple syrup all fucking day. That's not it. There's regular people, there's regular houses in all fucking countries. And the only reason why they want to show you that shit is like the same thing when they show you
They
that
just
Sarah
want your
McLachlan
money, and
shit
it's
when
not
she's fucking
illegal to
singing for all
ask.
them fucking dogs. Okay? There are good shelters out there that take care of fucking dogs. So anyway, before we get slipped back up on track, that is why I think it's a good thing. One bomb, one missile, probably one plane bombed these sons of bitches. Yeah, granted, they might have been forced in. They might have been slaves, but guess what? If we wouldn't have done anything, those drugs would have came poured in, and they would have got the kids, they would have got to whoever.
And we ain't having none of
And
that,
we get it.
Suge.
War is bad. War is bad. Blowing shit up, killing innocent people. But guess what, man? Like, we can't just open the fucking gates and tell everybody, hey, just come on in and do whatever the fuck you want. We can't do that. And so do I think that this was a very good war tactic? Yeah, we should be doing that shit from a long time ago. Send a fucking plane over there and bomb these fuckers. Why are you going to waste soldiers that could potentially get their lives lost over a boat full of bullshit with a whole bunch of people that don't give a fuck about you? That's what I think. Now, we were going to talk about the Surfer, but let's talk about some other shit. There is something called the Tu-106. I think it was called a Tu-106. It was a Russian aircraft or a Russian fleet, Russian military group that was armed with nuclear weapons. And apparently they were going to attack the Ukraine. I'm talking about Russia and Ukraine. And this is one thing I say when Donald Trump said I stopped 7 wars and all this shit. Listen, Vladimir Putin and Zelensky are never going to fucking listen to no ceasefire shit. I don't know how in the fuck we're going to stop that, but it's not going to happen. You might have slowed it down. And plus, all them dudes over in Europe, they ain't going to do shit either. None of them. None of them. Israel, they already got their own shit down there going on. And but all this shit going on with Zelensky and the Ukraine, those fools in the UN ain't really going to do shit. It's not going to happen. No one's going to do shit until America steps in and fucking lays their wiener on the table and said, this is how it's going to go down. And people are going to have to die to get Putin to stop trying to take over Zelensky, the Ukraine, which that's in a whole nother story on why they're doing that. Because I do think that Putin has some type of, yeah, I could see why you fucking did that. And I could see why you're pissed off, but still, this
Stay
shit
on
could have been
topic.
fucking. I don't know. That's a whole nother podcast. But anyway, let's talk about this Tu-106. It went to go over Ukraine and bomb the fucking Ukraine, and something malfunctioned. So they turned around and they said, "Well, look, we're gonna launch another one." So I believe they launched another aircraft or another strike, and that motherfucker malfunctioned. Now we don't know. Since they say one of the boats and all that shit and everything was armed with nuclear explosives, we don't know if it was on whatever they were trying to use to bomb the Ukraine. But we do know that twice something malfunctioned and Putin told them to turn back around. And a third time they went to attempt it, they said, look, something's going on. We're just not going to do it. So whatever this Tu-106 thing is, you guys go ahead and look it up if you don't believe me. If you really want to dive down the rabbit hole on this shit, I just seen a little bit of it, and it's called the Tu-106, and I believe it was a Russian aircraft or a Russian attack, and it had nuclears on it. And that's one thing, man. I mean, I love Donald Trump too, man, but you could sit down with both them dudes at the Oval Office. You can have Vladimir Putin ride in the car with you like you did when he came to visit you in Alaska. But it sounds to me like Putin and Zelensky are just going to tell you whatever the fuck they want to tell you to get their asses saved or take over another country, because we all know the Ukraine was part of the USSR. Now, does Putin want him back? Sure he does. Man's getting old. He probably wants to make a legacy. Probably hasn't done nothing, wants to be in the history books. Isn't that how it always happens? Once these motherfuckers hit the lotto or they hit it big time, they start losing their mind when they get all that money and power. So, Now onto the cool shit. 72-year-old surfer. Yes, a 72-year-old surfer. If you look this guy up, fuck, I didn't write his name down, but you Google it, it'll show it. Dude looks damn good for his age. Talks like a surfer, had his hair long like a surfer. Well, anyway, this dad and this son went out there and they got caught in a riptide. Well, long story short, the surfer saved the son, and then he saved the dad from this riptide. This is how obviously important this thing was. Someone called the cops, the lifeguards, and all that shit. And by the time the cops got there, none of them took off their gear or even got their foot wet. They just said, hey, the 72-year-old guy has got it. So while all the cops stood there and smiled and laughed and clapped, while this guy was just putting in all this work and our taxpayer money was just going to all of these motherfucking cops, like how they do when they arrest one person at a fucking gas station. There's like 9 other fucking patrol cars and they're all just sitting there grabbing their fucking vests, just, ha ha, yeah, we're just laughing, blah, 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 blah. Where's the next motherfucker that's gonna jaywalk? Because that's how it is here in Bakersfield. I'm not saying all you cops are like that, but most of you motherfuckers abuse your fucking power, abuse your little fucking badges. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how it was. Well, anyway, back to the happy shit. This dude saved this kid's life, right? Well, after he saved the life, I guess the kid and his dad took off. Well, he wanted to meet back up with this kid, and he didn't know how. Well, his nephew got on social media, found the kid, and his uncle went over there, who was a 72-year-old surfer. Sorry if I'm jumping back and forth, but he actually went and met the kid. He said, I just want you to know, I hope you're okay. And the kid's like, hey, you saved my life, man. So now, a lot of people don't understand, too. You know, we've all seen it happen at Pismo Beach, at Central Coast. Even if you live here in California, hey, man, water is dangerous. And if you don't know what you're doing, it will fuck you up, just like the Kern River does. So we won't get into that and how many people that shit kills. Hell, I think the toll on like where they put the stickers at on that old ass sign in front of the canyon, the fucking stickers are brand new because they're constantly fucking changing it. Because you dumbasses keep fucking jumping in there and dying. Fuck, no wonder they took the fucking rope swing out. Other than that, we can make this part. I guess we can. Hey, football's right around the corner. Football season has just started. So, yeah, I don't know how. Well, let's just go ahead and get the obvious out. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged, getting married. I don't know how in the hell Travis Kelce is going to play football pregnant, but we're going to see how. Okay, I hit the button on that one late. I want to start using this shit a little more, but all right. I'm sure you guys don't even watch all this motherfucker anyway. I'm going to put another cool video at the end. And just remember, if you guys want some food, get your ass down to Torres Tacos in the Lowe's parking lot on Rosedale and Coffee. If you guys are trying to have a party and you want one of them jump houses, Bakersfield Joyful Rentals. And hey, I know a lot of people saying it's fall time. We don't need the summer. Well, today, as a matter of fact, is the last triple-digit day in Bakersfield. So then we go to the 90s. And we get happy about that shit. All you other guys are like, you're still in summer. Yeah, we stay in summer until like the end of fucking November. So it's all good. It's all good. And we like the sun, and that's where it's at. So, hey, remember, if you guys are digging this show, always remember to subscribe. Tell your friends. And if the people that don't like my show, just go ahead and share it to the page anyway, because we don't give up.
This is how we do it.